what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Whether you're new to aviation or an experienced pilot looking to advance your skills, Go Vertical Aviation has you covered. With an excellent learning atmosphere and a staff committed to excellence in education, Go Vertical Aviation will customize a learning program just for you. For more information, go to goverticalaviation.com or call 256-412-5226. Be sure to follow Go Vertical Aviation on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Don't just go. Go vertical.
Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta, Nashville, and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week, with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
no representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Many of you have now heard the term stepped-up basis and it possibly being eliminated, which is very concerning. I encourage you to schedule your free 15-minute consultation with attorney Harlan Mitchell to find out what you can do to protect yourself and your family. Schedule your appointment with attorney Harlan Mitchell by calling 256-216-9884 or by going to BamaEstatePlanning.com. Do it today.
Would you like enhanced energy, better moods, less fatigue, help with allergies, better sleep, mental clarity, or just want improvement of your overall immune health and well-being? Do you need to recover from intense activities, workouts, or sports? Then IV therapy at the Drip Factor inside Trinity Medical Center is right for you. Our IV drips are filled with nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that will help your body replenish, restore, and achieve your wellness goals. For more information, visit trinity-medicalcare.com and schedule your appointment today at Trinity Medical Center, located at 500 Governors Drive.
Experience the difference at Athens Bible School. The vision and purpose is to provide each student a quality education in a Christ-centered environment to develop the whole person spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially in safe and supportive surroundings. The solid biblical foundation permeates learning and culture in the classrooms and every extracurricular activity.
Hey everybody, this is Daryl Worley, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. Hey, step up and make a difference like he does.
Hey y'all, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and you can make a huge difference in somebody's life. You just may not have figured out how yet, and that's why you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi, this is Maggie Peterson. I played Charlene Darling on The Andy Griffith Show, and you are listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi folks, this is Ricky Skaggs, and you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hello, I'm Gene Stallings, and this is The Mark White Show. Get off the sideline and get involved and make a difference in your community.
You are listening to The Mark White Show. My daddy is your host, Mark White.
Something good today.
This morning I had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Barry Mason about Mason's Place, which is an all-access playground in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Dr. Mason shared the idea behind this special all-access park and how the funding came to be.
It's a great thing, Mark, it is, because, there are so many parents do not have recreational opportunities for their children.
Yes.
They live in narrow, lots and so forth. And it's especially true for special needs children because sometimes they can't even get out of the house. And this is designed for conventional and special needs children of all races. And so it's probably the most inclusive facility in the county. I was out there yesterday looking, and there were a lot of African Americans there, a lot of white kids all playing together, having a ball. They haven't learned to hate yet, And so, but the genesis for that playground was 4 mothers with special needs children who came to the Park and Recreation Authority to talk about how in desperate need they were for outlets for their children. And I was head of the Park and Recreation Foundation, and they asked me to look at it. Of course, I did the economic and engineering and needs analysis inside it, and it would take $4 million to do the full project. And the thing was, it was a public-private partnership, which meant that the municipalities would, contribute funding as well as private citizens. And because the municipalities, as you know, have all of the taxes that they charge. So there was a program in Tuscaloosa that had just started by Mayor Walt Maddox called Elevate, which new experiences for people. So we met with him, and he agreed, on behalf of the city, take it to the city council for $500,000. Then we went to the county and talked to the probate judge. Then we went to the city of Northport and presented the same thing. They're much smaller, but we also needed a lead gift from the private sector to prove that it was something they believed in. So the lead gift initially was from the Next Kids Foundation. So we've been working for the last couple of years. It's been a challenge, with the virus and so forth, to identify the first $2 million we needed for phase 1. Now, we are identifying resources for phases 2 and 3. They will not be as expensive because the enormous groundwork and everything else on the initial start, because we have a special rubberized surfacing for the benefit of, children with wheelchairs and walkers and everything else. And that took a lot of work. The kids can't get around in mulch and things like that, as you know. And we wanted it to not only be for those who are physically challenged, but also, they have hearing problems, eyesight problems, autism, a number of other things that were specifically designed for the benefit of those children.
One of the things that my mind goes back to, Dr. Mason, is Michael. And when I was a student at the University of Alabama, and of course your friendship goes back with my grandfather back to Tuscaloosa many years before that.
I remember him, yeah.
But I enjoyed being able to visit with Michael, and I think Michael keeps coming to my mind when I think about this all-access park and how Michael would have enjoyed it as a child and how many other children now can enjoy a place like this.
Well, obviously that's true. And he went to a special needs school called Oak Hill, and I saw firsthand that what we're lacking. But support, comes from unusual sources, and I will tell you this story very quickly. There's a man I know, he's about 80, and called me up and said, been driving by that playground thing, and I want to help. I said, okay. He said, I remember when my sister was a child and how difficult it was to have her be able to get out and play and do anything. She was, had special needs and died in her early 20s. And she says, I want to make a gift in memory of my sister. I mean, you're going back decades. So it shows up sometimes like that, that people's personal lives certainly influence the decisions that they make in a situation like this. Because, all our memories, and I want these children and their parents to have good memories. It's free, so income is not an impediment. And I'm already seeing lots of children who otherwise would never have had an opportunity to be on a playground showing up there. And the buses will run from what's called the RISE program on campus and elsewhere. So it's something that we can all do and support. You're very familiar with the parable of the widow's mite. And we designed metal butterflies on which we would engrave the name of the person in whose honor or memory they wanted to be recognized, and typically it was their own children and so forth. And it was $250, but it was symbolic that they did all they could do. Another guy called me up and said, look, I'm going to put up some money for what I want you to do. He's limited to low-income families whose parents cannot afford to buy the butterfly. And so we did that, and the kids love it when they come through there. But over in, I think it's John 15, Mark, the scripture talks about we all have talents, and it's up to us to use them the best we can in the honor of the Lord. Because we all have something to contribute. And that was basically the idea behind it. We're very fortunate to have the one who's basically director of instruction on the foundation board with 18 years experience with playground construction, so that helped. We have changing rooms, for example, so the parents don't have to go home if they need to change a child. And the changing table will drop to the floor, so if they need to get a child on there, it will then rise up to chest level. The merry-go-round drops to ground level and then raises up after the children are on it. And all of them like that are specially designed to accommodate all children. But it's very satisfying. And I think that all races playing together and everything, it may lessen the tendency, of families and others in their actions to teach children, about violence and so forth and so on, because they haven't yet at that age been taught to hate, if you will. And in their innocence, if you can reach out to them and enrich their lives, I think it is very worthwhile.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, you're going to hear some more from Dr. Barry Mason as we talk about relationships and we talk about establishing those relationships and how it can strengthen us as people. I hope you'll stick with us as we continue this important conversation. You are listening to The Mark White Show, and I am your host, Mark White.
A little wink, a pat on the back, a big old hug, a little laugh. We can make a difference. All we have to do is try. Yeah, every day's a chance to change somebody else's life. Let's all do something good today.
Whether you're new to aviation or an experienced pilot looking to advance your skills, Go Vertical Aviation has you covered. With an excellent learning atmosphere and a staff committed to excellence in education, Go Vertical Aviation will customize a learning program just for you. For more information, go to goverticalaviation.com or call 256-412-5226. Be sure to follow Go Vertical Aviation on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Don't just go. Go vertical.
Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta, Nashville, and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week, with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
the best way to buy, sell, and experience land is with Jonathan Berryhill. For your farm, ranch, recreational, hunting, timber, and acreage needs, contact National Land Realty Professional Jonathan Berryhill at 256-874-7354 or email at jberryhill@nationalland.com. Be sure to follow Jonathan Berryhill with National Land Realty on Facebook. This is your land. Thompson Roofing and Construction is a locally owned family business serving the North Alabama and Southern Tennessee area. They are a Better Business Bureau A+ member since 2011 and a GAF Master Elite Contractor. Give them a call at 256-952-3309 or check them out on the web at 256roofing.com. They offer free inspections.
Thompson Roofing and Construction.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Losing a loved one is hard, but losing a loved one and not having an estate plan is even harder. Attorney Harlan Mitchell witnessed what not having an estate plan can do to families and decided to use his experience to do something about it. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884. Again, that website is BamaEstatePlanning.com. Let Harlan Mitchell help you with estate planning. Do it for those you love, and do it today.
He's got a cold, nothing to worry about.
Just need a couple of stitches.
Your COVID rapid test is negative.
Oh boy, X-ray shows it's broken.
Trust Trinity Medical Care when you need urgent care or routine medical care. Walk-ins are welcome, or let Trinity help you virtually with telemedicine. Visit trinity-medicalcare.com for more information and follow them on Facebook. Trinity Medical Care, where your care comes first. Located on Governor's Drive and South Parkway.
Hey everybody, this is Paul Overstreet, and you are listening to The Mark White Show. Stay tuned because Mark is doing some things on his show that's helping his community and uplifting people, so you stay with him.
He drives into the city, works extra hard all day, finishes up early so he can get away. Blue-eyed kid on second base wants dad to watch him play. Daddy knows.
Welcome back to a Monday edition of the Mark White Show. I am your host, Mark White. At the conclusion of the last segment, we talked about the enrichment of people's lives through this brand new all-access park called Mason's Place in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I've been talking to Dr. Barry Mason, and I wanted to share some of my own personal experience from when I was a student at the University of Alabama back in 1997, 1998, and talk about that experience with Dr. Mason, as well as a dear friend who passed away last week, Brad Cicero. One of the things I think about in my life being enriched is being at the Northwood congregation as a student at the University of Alabama, and the fact that I worked in the business department as a student when you were at the Culver House School of Business, and then also the relationships that I made within the church family, the amazing people. Of course, Brad Cicero has passed away, and I wanted to let his family know that I express my deepest condolences. My granddad actually preached a meeting at Glen Allen years ago, and that's where I first met the Ciceros and became friends with them. But I wanted to acknowledge Brad's passing and let the family know that they're in our prayers.
We especially need to know that people care at this time in their lives. Brad and Mary, enormously faithful Christians, what I would call muscular Christians, who were prepared for it. You can never really prepare in some sense, with a sense of being alone and lonely. But friends will make a big difference. Phone calls like you made. It's hard to explain how much it means to know that someone out there is caring and praying. And I hope that people continue to do that and help them, encourage them. And that's the way we should look at it. Lynn certainly looked at it that way, and did others. I think of Lynn a lot. I think of a guy named Howard Thompson, who was instrumental in what was done in the church in many ways. The memories are precious, and in many ways, a person never dies as long as they live in the heart of another, and the dreams and all of that remain there. We all are enriched, as you said, about being around such people who have lived life and teach by example. And that's what Brad did, and Mary. She will find her way, and it'll be okay. But, I think of Lynn, I think of Mary and others. It makes a difference in people's lives to be taught by example. And it's easy to look like you're a friend, for example, until times are tough and you don't respond as you hope they would. And so you put that person in the acquaintance category, not the friends. Because your friends pop up in times of great stress and despair. And it's inconvenient often to be of service to others like that, but that's the test. And the granddad still lives in the hearts of many people who knew him and were inspired by him. That's part of the richness, I think, of being a Christian. You have all of that is only available to those who live the life based on eternal truths.
What I do is try to encourage and inspire others with a positive message of encouragement to let people know that there are people out there who are trying to make a difference. And I like to recognize the people who have made a difference in my life, just to say there are people out there, and if you're looking in the right places, you can find people who will be a great encouragement to you and help you in those times when it gets to be most difficult.
Yeah, you're so right. And there are a lot more people out there like that than we tend to recognize. But we have to really get to know them. We have a tendency to make a judgment about a person within 30 seconds after the time of meeting them, which is unfortunate. If you take time to really know them, you'll find out what they care about and what they want to achieve. We cannot make those decisions based on physical appearance or whatever, We have to work against our own biases like that. And we can, but it's a constant struggle. And too often, our emotions cause us to do things we would regret because we are acting from a basis of emotion and not rational behavior. And we have to get to know people that way too, and talk to them about what God expects of you, and then try to respond accordingly. But it all begins at home with the children. And children are very perceptive. If the parents say one thing and do something else, they're aware of it. But if they're constantly putting God first in their lives, then they're more likely to want to emulate what they've seen.
And while the park is a very important subject, what you're saying is, if we grasp that, it's far more important as parents. I have a 7-year-old who is about to start a field day at her school, and we try to be good examples for her and to listen to a message from someone who has raised children yourself, and I was mentioning the other day to a relative that if we don't connect with people who are a little bit older than us and we don't carry that wisdom, then it's a blank slate for us, and we're trying to figure it out as we go. There is some wisdom that we can pick up from people who have lived a few years.
Yeah. You know, every stage in life has its challenges. Our learning curve is always steep. You know, whether you're my age or your age, there are always new things to learn. But it's that 7-year-old one that said, look, you're supposed to be at my school at 9 o'clock. I thought that was wonderful, you know. She got your attention, you know.
Well, and not only that, she told me last night, she said, now, you know, at 9 o'clock, they're going to close off the school. So she was reminding me that they wouldn't let me in after 9 o'clock.
You see, already she's learning that the women control the household. The sooner you learn that, the better, you know. Because if those women, regardless of age, ain't happy, ain't nobody going to be happy. So, well, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, it's great to talk to you as well. And I did want to recognize Mason's Place. And David Maxon had posted pictures, and I know that there was a going-away party for his family. They've been at Northwood for 8 years and done good work in the community there. So we want to also recognize David and his wife.
Wonderful. Yeah, they're good people. And, you know, they've come through a lot of things in their life. You think about it, you know, their children are now leaving home or have left home. And it's a new experience now because the nest is empty. And then there will be the new experience later on, you know, grandchildren. And then later on, the realities of how to cope with age. I mean, it's a constant learning process for all of us. But God's there. He will guide us and help us in making the right decisions. Again, thank you for your time. And tell that young daughter that I was applauding her for putting you on the right path.
I sure will. Well,
have a great day.
I appreciate you. You have a great day, Dr. Mason.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care. We appreciate Dr. Barry Mason joining us here on the Mark White Show today to talk about Mason's Place and other important subjects as well. You can follow the Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can also subscribe to the Mark White Show podcast via TuneIn Radio, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, Blueberry, or on YouTube. You have been listening to a Monday edition of the Mark White Show, and this is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
Who live and love in my hometown. These are my kind of people.
Hello there, everybody. This is DJ Svoboda with the Imagine Friends of Imagiville, dedicated to spreading autism acceptance and autism inclusion, and you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi, everybody. This is DJ Thomas. You know, raindrops may be falling on your head, but on Kyla's corner, she's living life sunny side up.
Nothing seems to fit. You are my sunshine.
This is Kyla Carter of Kyla's Corner. You can hear my segment every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Time on The Mark White Show. Remember to tune in every Saturday and always live life sunny side up.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
Is it time for a haircut? Go see my friends Philip Butler and B.H. Parker at Southwind Barbershop, located at 1637 Lee Street in Rogersville, Alabama. Give them a call at 256-247-5658. That's 256-247-5658.
If you like hickory smoked ribs that fall apart at the slightest pull, or barbecue shoulders that are so slow smoked each tender bite melts in your mouth, then you are going to love Baby Jack's Barbecue. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett and Arlington. Try the barbecue chicken, beef brisket sandwich, barbecue potato, it is huge, or the Baby Jack Trio, pork, turkey, or beef brisket sliders. You like wet ribs? They like dry ribs. Get one slab that has them both. Catering? Baby Jack's can feed a family or an army. Drive in, drive through, order online, or come in and set a minute. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett at Highway 70 in Appling, or in Arlington at Highway 70 just a block west of 385.
Hello, my name is Christian Martinez. I'm a rising senior at Athens Bible School. My school is great because of the wonderful environment in which students can grow and flourish. We have great academics that include the University Preparatory Diploma and dual enrollment courses that lead to an associate's degree before high school graduation. All my teachers and the school's employees are Christians who are devoted to the welfare of students. We have an excellent student body, competitive sports program, and study the Bible first thing every day. It's a great place. Please consider joining us at ABS next year, or give that special child in your life the great opportunity I have.
Mr. Cecil Batchelor is the one that started this business as Dependable Service Center. And even though now it's Green's Dependable Hardware and we're a True Value store, our tagline is still Your Dependable Service Center. We've tried to keep that alive for all these years. Mr. Batchelor really started a good business. We're really excited to be carrying on a long-standing tradition. It's the oldest retail store in the city of Russellville. We're Green's Dependable Hardware, 15220A Highway 43 in Russellville, Alabama. We're right behind McDonald's or right across the street from the hospital. Number is 256-331-0123.
Your Dependable Service Center.
Oh, won't you hear me, people, when I say, well, let's all do something good.